can prove it, but I have some feeling that you know that those wasn't
Just a
right.
second, just a second. I just want to make sure that my mic isn't coming through on Twitch. Because it's not letting me do the whole mic thing.
Testing, 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 testing. Yeah, no,
It's coming through.
yeah, it is. Hello and welcome everyone into another Amplitude Studios stream here today. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. This is a new computer that we're streaming on today, so if anything is not working correctly, please do tell us.
Twitch chat is already telling us that the drops are not working correctly.
Yes, and I am aware of this.
I suspect they ran out.
They ran out 2 days ago, which is literal peak unfortunateness. And I was checking on it earlier today, and unfortunately the person who is the one that changes those and refreshes them was unable to finish it today, so it'll be available for next week.
A lot of time to
it takes a lot of time, so I hope you all appreciate the amount of time and effort that goes into setting up a drops campaign every time.
It's the kind of thing where when you hear it, you would expect that there's a refresh button or something like that.
Yeah,
it's not that easy.
I think the idea is that Twitch drops aren't meant to be a constant thing 24/7 all year long.
True.
So,
but we're not the only ones who have stuff that regularly drops, because a lot of games with in-game economies often do like currency drops.
Yeah, definitely, I get that.
Which is the same thing every time.
Basically, what you're saying is Twitch needs to get it together, okay?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily saying like, hey, there should be a just make this permanent toggle, but it definitely could be nice if it were more easier to reactivate a campaign. Not necessarily like all the time, but like, let's say we had something we did every time for Amplified.
Yeah,
it would be nice if we could just click, refresh, 2 weeks, done, and not, it's gonna take me half an hour to set this up.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just not enough.
Not enough demand, probably.
Not enough demand for reoccurring drops campaigns.
Probably.
Cheers.
Yeah. Who knows what's actually in there?
We got the moonshine jug today. We got a wonderful pins on the jug. It's just very beautiful and lovely. But anyways. What's up, Aragnodork? Arcalis Gosmus.
I was about to say, I guess the pins
segue
us right into the first topic of the stream.
That's true. We're going to start off today with a pretty fun and exciting thing. We actually have, I believe, every single one of the... Well, not every single one. We have many of the merch
I think, we have only one of the mouse pads.
Available. We have 2, actually. I don't know how many there are.
Do we have the second? There's 2 different ones.
Tied up. We have to open up some things.
Okay. Then do we have the wall scroll and the poster?
We have the wall scroll. We have a poster. We have the puzzles. All of the puzzles.
Do you think if we turn off the lights, that's enough to show the UV effect of the poster?
I actually didn't know how the UV thing worked.
Well, first it would need to lie out in the light for a while, which it probably
we can just hold it in front of a light for a second.
It doesn't charge that quick usually.
It doesn't?
It's going to be very faint if it is in the light only briefly.
I want to give it a go. We'll open that one first.
We will try to show off the UV effect, because honestly, as cool as the art of that astronaut on the moon is, I think the UV effect, where you only have like the black and then the UV glowing, looks even cooler.
Okay. I didn't know that's what UV meant. I was like,
UV means ultraviolet. The chemicals in there, the phosphorescent chemicals, absorb the UV radiation, so that when you turn off the light, they emit it in the visible spectrum.
Right. Okay. Interesting. I was thinking that it was like safe to put outside because it wouldn't fade in the sun or something like that.
I mean, technically calling it a UV poster isn't correct. Technically, we should call it a phosphorescent poster
or a glow-in-the-dark poster. That's what I would call it.
Or that, but then but then it's not technically, because it's not the technical term.
All right. So anyway,
technically correct, the best kind of correct.
And my favorite type of correct. So anyways, we're gonna actually do a little bit of a merch showcase right now. So we're gonna show you all the different pieces of the merch. After we do that, we are actually gonna hop into a new game of Humankind. We're going to be utilizing the update preview build of Humankind, and if you're unfamiliar with what that means, basically there's going to be another hotfix that's coming soon, and we're going to be testing out the preview build, which is actually public right now. So if anybody who does want to try it out, Stephanie, you want to give us an idea of kind of some of the things that are going to come in that?
There's 2 very important things here. One, which is relevant very relevant to a small part of our players. Namely, it should work on M1 now without the weird black tiles in combat.
Mac M1.
Yes. Well, the previous X86 Mac already worked technically.
I'm just being specific for the audience so that they know we're talking about Macintosh.
Yes, exactly. It's
Humankind.
I guess technically, in theory, it might be possible to run Windows on it, but nobody would bother because why would you? If you buy a Mac, you do so to run a Mac. And the other thing that is perhaps slightly less impactful but affects all of our players is that some of the cultures in the DLC have been, well, not all of our players, but most of our players, because a lot of people bought the DLC. Anyway, the cultures got some changes to the balancing.
There will be some balancing, yeah.
And there's a bunch of other bug fixes, like some crashes, some stuck turns, but there's no. It's hard to point to a specific. Oh, it's this stuck turn that we fixed because the way to identify them is some weird long alphanumeric string that the player never sees.
Totally get that. GCX, like we were mentioning just a second ago, if you're new here, you didn't hear this, but basically the avatars will be refreshed for next week. Unfortunately, the person that we have that refreshes them wasn't able to today. But anyways, I'm gonna
thank you, Dagaro. Dagaro has posted the full list of the changes in chat, so if you're curious about the details, you can check that out. I probably will not be able to remember all the details anyway.
All right, I'm gonna bring out the first. Well, I guess we start with the poster so that we can start.
We can leave it out so it can
charging
charge
it,
in case it isn't good enough. I guess one of us needs to hold the bottom and the other the top or something.
I guess we can do like a one-handed situation. Oh, it does have like a texture.
Yeah.
So the UV is the texture.
Exactly, because it's if you have it as a pigment, it's this yellowish powder which looks a bit like powdered sulfur, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
There probably is sulfur in that stuff.
Anyways, super cool.
No, actually, it's phosphorus that's in there.
As you can see, we got the astronaut on the moon.
Yes.
With the Osiris eye looking thing. And then
let's see what happens if we turn out the lights. Let me see if maybe I can hold it at the top and bottom like this.
Sergio, we need another person to hold it.
It sort of works. All right, hold on. Is it good enough?
Oh, is it dark enough to see it glowing?
You can faintly see, but I think it's definitely not properly charged.
I think we need to wait longer.
We need to wait longer for it to charge. So I'm just gonna leave it over there near the window.
Yeah. Maybe just like put it outside on somebody's like desk or something. Do you want me to go? No, it's fine. I was just joking. I mean, maybe you can find somewhere to like put it out in flat. Yeah, see, this is a wooden wall though. This isn't a wall that you can just like stick stuff on. It's like wood. By the way, is the audio all right? I wasn't 100% satisfied with what the microphone sounded like earlier, but I hope that it's at least good enough for right now. Yeah, some of you already know some of the things that are coming in the hotfix. And yeah, we know about the Aduba. Ba-dooby-dooby-dooba. You want to bring in the scroll, I guess? Maybe the wall scroll? The wall scroll!
Well, this one will be a lot easier to hold up since it's, conveniently has a handle.
Heck yeah. Check this one out, chat. So this is the wall scroll. Essentially, it has...
Chair out of the way there.
Yeah. Essentially, it has a, like, hook. No, not a hook. What do you call that? A dowel. It has a dowel at the top. And basically, it hangs up. You can put a little...
Very convenient for, actually getting it straight on the wall.
Yeah, but you essentially can like roll it up, and then it rolls out, which is super cool. And it's kind of
easy to transport.
I'll zoom in a little bit. We can see the texture of it. As you can see, it's a nice fabric. So it's pretty thick. Obviously, we have a light behind it, but it's a nice thick kind of like canvasy style fabric. And yeah, the print is really, it's a really like, detailed print, as you can see. High definition print. So that's super cool. You can see all the fine details and everything, which is really nice because sometimes when you get a poster or something like that, the detail actually isn't there.
I mean, for me, the best part of the World Scroll is really that it's going to be way more robust than a poster.
Yeah, definitely.
Because as nice as posters are, if I at the time where I moved like 4 times in 3 years, the posters I tried to put up survived.
Yeah, a poster might bite the dust if you roll it up or fold it or do anything to it, but since that's fabric, it's much more hardy. It's not gonna break or anything like that.
Shall we switch places?
Yeah, let's do the mouse mats. Hello, welcome in, mini lepers, John. Welcome in. Hey, we have a new follow over there on Twitch. PNPie #1. Thank you very much for the follow and officially welcome into the Amplitude Studios community. All right, we got a. I'm in the right.
Yes, you're leaning in the wrong direction, my man.
Alrighty, let me hold the thing and you.
Yes, we have the Haudenosaunee Sistine Chapel. Basically,
this is a mouse pad that has Humankind art on it. Which is super cool. As you can see, it's got a nice rubberized bottom, so it won't slide.
Also, decently
braided.
Good border.
We got a nice braided. Hold up, let's show it off real close.
Should be robust.
We got a nice braided edge to that. So that's super cool. I'm trying to see some of the textures here. Obviously, you can see high definition as well. So that's pretty cool. Do you like me a big mouse pad? Yeah, this is a huge.
Yeah, this is the kind of mouse pad you put your keyboard on.
This is as tall as me, y'all. Okay? No, it's actually not as tall as me, but it's pretty long. Oh no, do we not have his scissors? We need scissors to get that one. There's a second mouse pad.
My nails are not sharp enough.
I was like, I don't think I have my knife with me. I normally keep a little pocket knife. Let me see if I can
your nails work better.
cut something else with that. I'll get you something else to show off, though.
Yes.
Let
me see. Yes. Oh, we have. Oh, let me see. Somewhere above the mic is the right spot, right? If we want to zoom in a little.
The one that says auto.
Yes. Here we are. We have, baseball cap with the Humankind logo on it. Black on black, which of course, it's nice and subtle when you're out.
That's my favorite. I love black on black on black.
Because, sometimes when you have merch, it's like a bit too obvious that it's merch.
Yeah.
For a game.
Subtle merch for the stylish gamer.
Exactly. Now I'm no expert on baseball caps, but it does look sturdy enough for the fabric. Reasonably thick.
I think you're gonna have to hold it up further right here.
Further, yep. Should be, sturdy enough. Should be one size fits all, obviously, because you can adjust it. And we have.
So you brought a knife.
Ah, excellent.
From the kitchen, I think. I think you ran all the way to the kitchen.
And we have
I appreciate that.
Well, I guess I should show it in a nice box to keep it in. A Humankind coin with the emblem. Huh? Can we actually? I need to hold it the right angle, or it'll reflect.
You'll want to put it in front of my hand.
I think yeah, but it's also if I hold it at the right angle, it reflects too much. Yeah, I think now you can. The camera isn't focusing.
I got this.
It's not focusing.
So get it up here.
Ah, now it's focusing. Yeah, we have the hand on one side, and on the other side, the pyramid of Giza.
No, upside down pyramid. It's the Illuminati.
No, it's a Vajani.
Oh, the Vajani.
So yes, we have an Egypt coin if you hold it this way around.
If you cover up your face, it'll focus on the coin. It likes faces too much.
But yeah, I guess this way around it's an Egypt coin. If you hold it the other way around, it's a Vajani coin.
It says Pyramid of Giza is what it says on it.
Yes, it should be the Pyramid of Giza.
Wait, turn your face away. No.
Don't
look at my face, camera.
Who was it? Drake? The meme?
Anyways, yeah, super cool coin. I
Not sure what.
don't tell Sergio, but I
Yeah.
actually opened up the box like as he got here, so I didn't actually need the knife.
Betrayal.
I know. Well, I can't just say no to the knife once he's brought it to me. That's just be mean.
Yeah, you know, usually when somebody brings a knife to to the fight, you can't say no to it.
Exactly.
Unless
Alright,
you brought
here-
a gun.
Exactly. All right, so this is the
The
other mouse pad.
Yes.
Oh, it's got a little.
Is this the real one? Not? Yes, Lucy is standing upright. We're not having
There
it
we
upside down
go.
this time.
Yeah, this is the amplified 2022. That's this year.
Was it from?
Yeah, it's from this year. The 2022 key art, which I don't know. It's very like endless space, but kind of in the like humankind.
It's very, very dust, but we do have Lucy down there.
Yeah, we got Lucy. Let's zoom in on Lucy. She's down here. She's chilling.
And wondering what that weird golden cloud is.
Yeah, she's like, that's a lot of dust. Am I gonna have health problems from this
Did you
later
see,
on in life?
Did you see the meme I shared that somebody posted on Reddit about the endless mod for Humankind?
No.
It was like, you know,
Oh,
the muscular dog and the sad dog.
the
It's like, you know,
Doge, muscular Doge
yeah,
dog.
it's like playing the endless mod in this industry. Oh, you know, we have reversed gravity and stuff like science. Same thing. Money. My currency no longer works. Help me.
Anyways, super cool. I don't know which one I like more. Hold up that one, and I'll hold up the other one.
I mean, personally, I like this one because, you know, I'm very much an endless fan. But that is also really cool art. So
this one's
We
so
can't get
like colorful. It's like step back, so I'll step this way. Yeah, I don't know. Chat, which one do you like better? I kind of like this one because it's got lots of colors, but I also like the just epic like black and gold and everything.
yeah, as I said, for me, the appeal is very much in the endless
Very
reference
cool.
here. But I very much appreciate this because it's also, you know, spotlighting a culture that usually doesn't get a spotlight in video games.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. So the Sistine Chapel is where?
In Italy?
In Italy. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's in Rome.
It's in Rome, right? Who made the Sistine Chapel? Was that Michelangelo?
I think it was Michelangelo, yes.
It was one of the turtles.
Obviously, it was Raffaello, right?
I'm pretty sure it was one of the turtles, yeah. I like the amplified one more because of the endless humankind fusion. It's super cool. I like it a lot. Do you mean who painted it? Because like a bunch of stonemasons made it. Well,
Good point. Good point about that. Who made it and who painted it is two different questions.
that's a good. That's a good distinction. Yeah. All right, I'll be back.
And then, you know, who paid for it is obviously the Catholic Church.
Yeah, seriously. Okay.
So I guess now we have the puzzle.
Yeah, I think the puzzles are what we got.
The puzzle is the last thing left. Let's show off the boxes first, I
Yeah.
guess, so we can show off all of the.
So we have 4 different puzzles.
Yes.
What we got here? We have it's on the other side.
No, I was about to first show the.
Oh, the tops of it.
the-
Sure,
the
yeah,
tops.
yeah. We
So
just
we
gotta
have,
keep them in
we
order.
have the Mughals.
The Mughal Empire. We have the Roman Empire.
Which I think it's the Romans we have over there, or is it? No, it's the Indians, right?
Yeah,
Because we have one that's finished to show off the finished product.
No, we have. Wait, we have one that's not on here.
No, we have
Oh,
we have
no,
four,
that is
we have
India.
4 puzzles. So
Okay.
we have all three. We do have India.
No, yeah, you're right. It's just not showing off the top of it. So this isn't
Yes.
actually the full
It's not
image.
it's gonna be the full culture art.
Oh, on the back it shows you the full image.
But
That makes
the
a lot
important,
more sense.
I think, you know, all of our viewers will know the culture arts. We just need to inform them which cultures it are.
And the Khmer.
Also, you know,
Khmer?
as the OP one.
Yes. But then when you put them all together, wait, hold up. This is amazing. Turning it around, turning it around, turning it around. Oh, check that out, chat. Look at that. Flippin'. If you buy all 4 of them, it makes the Humankind key art.
Which is, you know, for once a reason to actually keep the box afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you gotta keep the box. You gotta keep the puzzle in something.
I mean,
yeah.
most people and I know few people who would redo the puzzle. Most of them I knew would just put it in a frame and then put it on the wall.
Yeah, I guess like the shadow box type thing. Anyways, so let's get a fully completed puzzle out
Yes.
here.
This one is gonna be the trickiest part of showing it off because
It's big.
it's big, it's finished, but it's not framed, so we can't tilt it.
We have it on a piece of endless art, like a frame, essentially, like a canvas frame. But this is the...
But yeah, I think if we hold, we can tilt it a little bit.
Yeah,
but not much.
I think we can tilt it up a little bit.
Let me put my thumb here so it doesn't slide.
Yeah. But yeah, look, it's India. Let me give it a zoom in real quick here.
Wait, let me just hold it in the middle, then.
Boom. So now you can see a little bit the pieces of the puzzle.
Just a little bit. In this lighting, it doesn't come out well. The piece, I guess, it comes out best.
You can see.
It comes out best on the skyscrapers in the background, I think.
Yeah, you can see the little pieces of the puzzle. Yeah, it's your standard puzzle.
So
super cool.
The pieces are decently thick. It's hard to show off, but they're not flimsy.
No, yeah, I like it. I like it. But yeah, this is the India one. And yeah, how many pieces are these puzzles? Actually, I didn't even look. 1,000? There's 1,000 pieces of puzzle.
Well, whatever it says, it's probably not exactly that number.
No. Wait, are puzzles not actually the number they say they are?
Most of the time, because the ratio doesn't work out, it's just slightly off.
I've been lied to by Big Puzzle.
But sometimes you get more pieces than is on there. So on average, it works out.
Like like not fluid ounces. It's the like weight of like a bag of chips. It's at least.
Well, no, it's not at least. It's sometimes it's less, sometimes more. It's about the ratio of the pieces versus the ratio of the actual picture.
Right, okay.
You can't necessarily get to the clean 1,000, so you might have 999 pieces or something like that.
I see, okay.
But let's see now.
It was Big Puzzle all along.
Yes, but let's see now if, that has absorbed enough light. Then again,
Oh, the poster.
I just realized it might not work at all if it's, UV because...
It's not dark enough.
No, because... the lamps don't necessarily have enough UV radiation because it's not natural light.
Oh, they're not real. They're not real lights. We only have fake lights in the office. Oh no. Oh no. How are you doing, everybody? Hi, Kimura-sama, welcome in. KM, hey. Robzig, what's up? Dr. Kane. Ooh, things are getting spooky in here. Things are getting real spooky.
Let's see if we have any kind of...
I mean, we can also turn off the light down below.
No, I don't think it's enough.
Hold up, let's turn off that light down here. We want to turn off as many lights as possible.
You can see it a little, I think. That, the parts where it is are lighter, but it's not really charged.
It's hard to tell.
It's not really well charged. At least as far as I know, it's supposed to be,
I don't know anything about...
Because, technically, there's a different type of paint that glows in blacklight, but... that's not the type I would use on a poster because
right.
Most people don't just have a blacklight lamp sitting
turn
around.
Back on that light, actually, real quick.
But I mean, we can just check real quick.
This is such moody lighting. We should only turn on one of the lights all the time.
But not that we're showing it off. But there's one very important thing that we haven't said yet about all of this.
Where they can buy it?
Exactly.
You can get it over at finalbossbundle.com/pages/humankind, which for the people in Twitch, they have that there. But if you're not on Twitch, if you're on the old YouTubes, let's see, can I type a message to Restream? And then if I post that...
Let me just double check
there we go.
UV poster, whether or not it's supposed to work without a dedicated blacklight lamp or not.
I got a color change too? What do you mean?
Yeah, okay, it does say, this wall decoration glows in the dark thanks to a fluorescent coating. It's a phosphorescent coating, not a fluorescent one, but I'll let that slide.
Okay.
Fluorescent is day glow as opposed to glow in the dark. The super intense
fluorescent lighting.
It's like the ones that look like super intense when you shine light on it. It's the fluorescent one. Phosphorescent is the ones that absorb it and give it back later.
I see. It stores it.
Which is a distinction I never made until I started buying those types of paints to actually use on my models. And
right,
then
you actually have like intimate knowledge with these terms.
Because I haven't used them yet, but I have them sitting at home waiting to be used.
Right.
But yes, it's supposed to glow in the dark. We just forgot to put it out in the day. Charge.
I've been working on so much stuff today, getting the stream set up.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
This fancy little, second camera angle.
I mean, it's not because I could have remembered it as
well. I mean, sure, but I also
none of us were thinking about the fact that, hey, we want to show this off. And
here's my excuse: I didn't know what UV meant. I thought it was just like a really protective, doesn't ever fade with color.
Jeff, that's it came up because Jeff was outside when I was putting it out to try to charge, and he was like, oh, so it's not just for blacklight. And I realized, oh no, UV could refer to blacklight, which is why I double checked. But no, it does mean it absorbs UV radiation and gives it back later.
That's so funny.
It's already dark outside. This thing got almost no UV radiation when we put it out to charge, so obviously it can't glow.
So LEDs don't give off UV radiation. Do these give off UV radiation?
I think most lamps do give
off
UV.
Some LED probably too.
Some UV radiation probably, but not much. And LEDs in particular have
really
very narrow frequency bands.
Yeah.
So they probably don't give off much UV.
Dang it! Well, sorry about the UV one, but
I guess
you'll just have to buy it and then try it out yourself.
We can just leave it up for next week's stream, I guess.
We'll try for next week's stream, but also, if you're interested in any of the products, feel free to grab them.
Yeah.
I was trying to turn it into like a sales pitch of like, too bad.
But Garfield is also saying, LEDs are narrow spectrum, yeah. And the thing, of course, with anything technological, usually it's like, it is technically super narrow spectrum, but there's going to be some stuff like an LED still gets warm, so it has infrared radiation.
Right.
And stuff like that.
Fair enough. So which one is everybody's favorite item in the store?
Well,
I gotta admit the mouse pad's kind of alluring to me, personally. I like mouse pads. And I like big mouse pads. I definitely,
the mouse pad is perhaps the most appealing, but I don't like the super big ones.
Oh,
and
okay.
Usually the wall scroll and the posters would be appealing to me because the art is so cool, but I don't have wall space.
Yeah,
that makes them less appealing.
I like the cloth one, the scroll. What are we calling it? The war scroll?
Wall scroll.
The wall scroll. Right.
The war scroll is the one that we get in the event where it asks us if we want to rip it apart to give it to our soldiers or sell it.
Right.
And then our soldiers get very angry when they find out that we sold it.
Right. In general, lights are tuned not to give out a lot of UV sense.
Yeah, exactly. It's never a lot that you get. But
so you can get tan. Oh, so tanning beds give off UV.
Yes, they are specifically tuned to give off UV. But
let's just go throw the poster in the tanning bed.
Obviously, a lot of the older
office tanning bed.
The older incandescent lamps had like a fraction of
it,
but not a whole lot. But it was enough. You wouldn't get sunburn or stuff, but it was enough to like help charge one of those posters.
Maybe you might not have gotten sunburned, but I might have gotten sunburned.
The office standing bed, yes.
Yeah, exactly. I just go in there during my lunch break, I like the poster because the cinematic it goes with is hilarious. Heck yeah, Kaiju. Yeah, I love that trailer. Hot on a Sony pad. Heck yeah.
And I guess also I should specify. I talked a lot about because it's called UV on the
website.
On the website, but it's not just UV radiation that is absorbed by that paint. The whole thing is it absorbs light and gives it back at a lower energy level. So UV radiation gets turned into a color that we can perceive.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas it might take the high energy spectrum back into.
Oh, that's what
else.
You meant by it, Dr. Kane. I mean, I redeemed a light color change with dust. I see. What color did you choose? See, I don't actually have the Twitch creator dashboard up.
It might have also been something they redeemed.
How long ago?
Last week or something, and we never could do it because we didn't have the light or something like that?
No, I just don't think Restream shows
Okay,
the requests up here.
mm.
See, Restream thinks there's all cool, like, oh, we'll put all the chat in the same spot, but there's still things you need.
Let's see if we can actually find teal on
Teal.
this thing.
You see if you can get us some teal. What's up, Oscar?
Where is it?
Thanks for putting F's in the chat. I honestly didn't see it. Well, I was confused about it when you said, Jordan, you've got a color change too, and I'm like, did my hair change color while I wasn't looking? But anyways, so we're gonna hop into a game of Humankind here, and without further ado, we've had a lot of ado. I think you probably were pretty close with the color we had.
Yeah.
What's the word that goes after teal for you? For me, it's Protoss. Teal Protoss.
That does seem to make sense now. This is too green, I think. This is pretty teal, I think.
Is that teal enough for you?
Hopefully Dr. Kine agrees.
Maybe it could be a little bit more blue. Like a couple shades towards blue. That feels pretty teal.
Maybe we should just put a post-it note here with, like, different U values for the different colors.
Yeah.
After we put them out in, like, Photoshop.
He said, yeah, it can be a bit bluer.
Is that fine?
I think it's good now.
your teal, yeah. I mean, this is one of those things where teal is one of those colors I find people disagree a lot about.
Well, I think you get into the greens and blues and
stuff,
there's that, and all the men disagree because we're all like partially colorblind.
I mean, there's that because there's like, oh, is this blue or already teal? Is this green or already teal? But also the intensity. Like I have one friend, for example, when she says teal, it's like actually quite bright tone, whereas when I say teal. No, actually, the other way around. For me, the teal is the more bright, like this. And the one she calls teal, I would call turquoise.
Oh, okay.
Because it's, the darker one.
Yeah, well, turquoise is kind of like somewhere in between seafoam and like...
Yeah, but it's also like a bluish, greenish thing. But it's, a lot darker than what I would call teal. But she's always like, oh, teal. And I'm like, that's not teal you have on... the picture there.
Did we talk about this in our stream at Amplitude, or did I talk about this in a personal stream where I was talking about the crayon box? Did you remember that?
I don't remember it being here, but it might have been on an Amplitude stream I wasn't part of.
Maybe. It might have been in one of the streams where I was just by myself, or it might have been one of my personal streams. But I was talking about how kids that in like elementary school had the big box of crayons, so you didn't need the big box of crayons.
Ragnarok says it was in the Spanish stream.
Was that in the Spanish stream? Okay, I was like, I couldn't remember where I talked about this, but yeah, people that know their colors that well and they're like, oh, this is definitely like
Ragnarok is like people argue over any color they didn't learn in kindergarten. Yes, this is exactly why. What's that company called? Pantone. The ones where you have the specific codes so that whatever it looks like on your screen as you do it in Photoshop, you can be sure that in the print it will always look the same because the printer checks against that code.
Right, yeah. Well, I think that's what the hashtag 00FFFF is, right?
No.
Was that the hex code?
That's the hex code.
So what's the Pantone ones?
The Pantone is very specifically...
letters and stuff?
It's longer, but the things, they look it up and then there's like basically... a recipe for how to mix that to print with it so it always looks the same,
like paint wise.
Whereas that one, the hex code, is an output for a screen, not for a physical object.
I'm figuring
which is why this thing has to exist, because just because it's green, a particular shade of green on your screen, if somebody else opens it on their screen,
they have a different monitor,
it has a different
monitor,
and then it might look. I mean, you can experiment with that with your phone, because most phones have the what's it called, blue light filter.
Yeah.
For like less blue light, so I'm less awake.
I have my night shift.
Exactly.
It's 10 p.m. It's time for sleepy Jordan.
And when you turn that on, you do visibly see the colors of the pictures on your screen change.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
But the Pantone thing exists to avoid that happening in print.
I see. You enthrall me, and yet you don't call me. It's making me blue. Pantone 292. Is this a puzzle? I'm not a puzzle. This is a poem. I got puzzle on the brain, y'all. All right, let's hop into some Humankind and let's keep on chatting.
And less arguing about what color teal is.
Yeah. It's a lyric. You're a lyric. I don't know what song it's to. As a Zerg enjoyer, your Protoss leanings disgust me. Gross.
I mean, I was never really a Protoss player. I could never handle it.
I was Terran for sure. I always played Terran because it was the easiest for me to understand what I needed to do.
As for successfully playing, it was definitely Terran for me. As for wanting to play because of the theme, it was definitely Zerg, which later on became Terrans in the tabletop. Because there's some strong similarities between StarCraft and Warhammer 40k in the factions.
They're all just tropes.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, which is not surprising because the insect hive that consumes everything is a sci-fi trope in so many series. Starship Troopers as well.
There you go. All right, so we're gonna go in with some of the new avatars that have been released since the expansion. We got Jumbo Pixel, Potato McWhiskey.
He did record his own voice, Jumbo, right?
He did, yeah.
So
we have Jumbo's voice.
We have some New Zealand twang in the game now.
I'm ready to hear what he sounds like, actually. And we got some Irish twang as well with Potato McWhiskey. And Nicotine, I don't actually know where she's from.
I think she's US based, but I don't know if she has non-US ancestry.
Okay.
I don't know.
Probably some form of American accent.
I know of her, but I will admit I have never watched any of her content because I just don't have enough time to watch Twitch.
There's a lot of content out there.
There's a lot of content out there, and
which, by the way, we're really happy that you're here with us.
Yes, there's so many streams going on all of the time. I have so little time to watch anything. Worst is when I watch most of my gaming content on YouTube because it's more flexible than Twitch, timing wise.
The VODs,
exactly. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, this creator I enjoy has suddenly started 4 different series I would like to watch at the same time. After half a year of them not doing any games that I care about. And it's like, when am I gonna watch all of this?
Ain't got enough time for that.
Why are you doing this to me? I want to play games myself.
By the way, I'm craving some mojeca de peixe. Mojeca de peixe. This is Brazilian, not Brazilian, Portuguese for molcajete de Beth?
I was about to say I'm pretty sure the Brazilians and the Portuguese might disagree about Brazilian being Portuguese.
Brazilian being a language. Brazilian's not a language, but when you're doing captions, you do Brazilian Portuguese. So there's something to it. There's some difference.
I mean,
I don't know what it is.
The whole language, dialect, accent is kind of a blurry thing.
It's a gray area, but anyways. I'm not vanilla. You're vanilla, Dr. Kane. I'm a swirl, okay? I got vanilla in me and I got chocolate in me. All right? That's where that's what the freckles are. That's the chocolate coming out. Alrighty. So we're going to go in with 6 competitors. We're going to go with a small world, fast pace, nation difficulty. We did a little bit of custom map settings. You'll just have to see what it's going to pop out. In fact, we're gonna have to see
I don't know what the settings
out.
are either, so I'm gonna be surprised at, with my luck, a bunch of cliffs so I can't move around because that's never happened to us on stream before.
Yeah, but we should be noticing us load into this game a lot quicker than maybe previously, partially because of the 2 hotfixes that we've done, which has made the load times go back to being reasonable, and as well, since it's our new streaming computer. We have the best graphics card that we've had yet in this baby. So, fantastic settings. Here we come.
Snuff King is trying to start trouble with Lysilmer and chat. Tyranids are... Zerga just Tyranid imposters, basically.
What does it taste like? Wait, hold up. Snuff King saying things about future DLCs.
Wait, where Snuff King?
Well, Snuff King was up here. On your side, which cultures could you view as a future DLC?
A lot. The list is too long.
And then I think Nicotine have some really good Humankind VODs on our channel, by the way. Yeah, definitely check all the content creators out that we have the avatars for. There's a reason why we chose them as people to make an avatar for. I'm obliged to say Maja Pachet and Indonesia every time the question comes up.
For the cultures.
Okay. That's what freckles are. That's the chocolate coming out.
You know, it's good that we don't keep a quotes list.
Yeah, no, yeah. My wife keeps a quote wall of me, and it's
ooh. If the wife keeps it, it's even worse than if chat keeps it. Isn't it?
You should hear some of the quotes that I've said. Mostly, it's just like really out of context things. Because when I'm streaming at home, I'll be like yelling random stuff to chat. One of the most classic of my quotes is, "It's always good to have more wood." Can you guess the game I was playing?
I mean, there's numerous city management games you could have been playing.
I mean, maybe it's not specific enough to get from that, but
no, it's absolutely not, because wood is a construction resource in so many strategy
I'm curious
games.
if anybody can get that one. It's always good to have more wood. But yeah, a lot of games do use wood as a construction resource. That's true.
You know, this is a joke that's perhaps even older than video games, because it was already a joke in Settlers of Catan.
Ah, that's true.
You know, the old, oh, will you trade me sheep for my wood or something like that?
Dr. Kane's got it out for me today. Next DLC is the cultures that Jordan has never heard about pack.
To be fair,
most of them are ones I hadn't heard about. Let's be honest.
But to be fair, also, you could do that with probably anybody at the company except maybe Benoit and Etienne.
And the historians.
Because they specifically have been doing the research.
You mean Etienne Rita, yeah.
Yes, Rita, not the other.
I was thinking Etienne,
we have too many Etiennes.
Video producer.
But hey, I think we have fewer Etiennes than we have Thibauts.
That's true. I think we have more Thibaut.
Somebody at one point did the math, and we were like 600% average Thibaut rate compared to the rest of France.
Yeah. Burke said, "Hello, update for French language vocal. It's possible, or buy streamer skin on game. You don't have to buy the streamer skins. They're free when you get the drops on Twitch. Unfortunately, they're not active right now.
Yeah, the campaigns are out.
And I'm not actually. I don't probably. I'm not probably the one to ask about the French language voices. Do we not have like French voice lines? Like that are like integrated.
I know we have some.
The narrator is just in English.
Yeah, no, but you know, for the avatars, I think there's some French content creators who got avatars, but I don't know if they did the recording in French or in English.
I feel like Jeu de Grenier is in French.
I think Jeu de Grenier did in French, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
So.
But I don't think that we're. I mean, obviously the narrator doesn't speak French.
Everything except the French content creators is going to be in English.
Yeah.
And also.
There's localization for French, though.
Yeah, the text can be in French, but the audio not. Also, yeah, Dr. Ken, that's why I said might. I don't know whether Catan is older than video games or not.
They might be imposters, but they're hella cool still. FYI. In WH40K, Warhammer 40K, I used to play the Eldar. I haven't.
Yes, see, that's the thing. I could never wrap my head around the Protoss, but I could play Eldar in 40K because it was honestly the thing that was turn-based and I could take my time to think.
Turn-based is really nice when you're streaming because it actually gives you time to think about what you're doing.
I mean, in that case, it's, you know, an actual game played on the table, which still gives you a lot of time to think while, you know, your enemy is taking their turn.
We could just retreat up the hill and they would attack us, right?
Probably.
You just don't want to give them time to think about what they're doing as deer. Yeah,
if, you know, because they'll also take a massive penalty from being damaged.
Didn't I see something about, oh, and they took the low ground. The fools.
Yes, because, you know, the deer don't play tactical.
About something...
Catan is older than video games, but younger than Pangea.
Was there some deer ride?
Oh, there was the mod somebody
made a mod.
Yes.
Who made the mod? Heck yeah, Burke.
I think their Discord name is XZQ. I don't remember for sure. Dark Arrow probably knows, but yeah, they were experimenting with doing cavalry with different mounts.
XCG, who was just in here a second ago.
So it's you know, there was one with bears and one with
deer.
They
looked pretty believable, actually. Yep. I'm missing the food talk. Hold up.
Oh, the food talk is the important talk.
Well, they were talking about food. Brazilian fish stew with spices and coconut milk. Speaking of dishes, I was able to acquire some smoked sausage and use my weekend time and leftover beans to make feijoada. Feijoada. I'm sure it wasn't authentic, but it's much tastier than the last attempt. Ooh, nice. I worked at a Brazilian steakhouse when I was in college, so I actually really like a lot of Brazilian food.
Somehow we're only second place. What culture should we pick? I have no idea.
You know,
because I don't have any idea on the map, and on this speed, I think it's all fast.
yes.
We barely explored before we got all of the stars.
You're just too good at getting the stars, I think.
No, it was more all of the deer I murdered.
You did murder a lot of deer. Interestingly enough, you still haven't gotten the wildlife one, but you've gotten the other two. Which is funny.
I mean, I guess, I can
It
walk
was
around a little more.
XCQ. Okay, Dr. Kane would know. A nice... Oh, coconut milk is the perfect ingredient to use on spicy dishes, as its fat, creaminess, and natural sweet pairs perfectly with the hot chilies. I'm so hungry just listening to this. I had Thai food for lunch as well. You know, the last 2 times that we've gotten Thai food, my noodles have been overcooked. They've been like almost to the point of like squishy, like mushiness. I'm gonna need to talk to them about it because that's never happened before, but the last 2 times have been the same. And I like my noodles a little al dente, if you know what I mean. Nobody likes a mushy noodle. Like, if your noodles have gotten to the point where they squish when you trying to, like, pull them apart or bite them, that's too cooked.
These territories aren't bad, but I'm not sure where exactly I would like to put down. I guess I'm just gonna... How much is it? 3? Yeah, we have 50. I'm just gonna slap down an outpost in both and move it later, because it's gonna be cheaper than claiming it after we advance.
I like it. Smart. Very smart.
Yeah, because this spot down here would be better, but don't have time to wait.
As long as you
They've
don't turn it
already
into a
taken
city.
like 3 cultures.
Sheesh.
4. Like, most of them have already advanced, I think. Yet there's only one other person, and he's about to advance.
Mm-hmm.
So, what culture?
I mean, we haven't played the Bond too much. Or the Carolines. Obviously, the Harappans are always the hairpins are a good choice. What's up, Calamark? How you doing? Welcome into the stream. Thanks for
we do
thanks for
already
being
have
here.
neighbors here, so the Bantu might actually be a good option. Because they have the oh, come on.
There can only be one of the Bantu. Is it giving you grief?
I couldn't click on the more details when I clicked in here for some reason. But yeah, it has the +2 influence per number of enemy empires. So we would get the +2 on one territory already. But obviously this one is the long-term investment of getting way more yields.
Pick the civ that wins.
Oh, so Egyptians. But I think the AI already picked it.
Yeah.
Neo mods could ban too, yes.
Bantu. Oh, I get it.
But
I like it. That's a good
I think
one.
let's try the Bantu, because I think we only played them like once on stream,
And
they're
and
the
two.
ones that have a very different
Expansion.
style of expansion.
Yeah.
So it's nice to show them a little.
The
more.
Bantu move fast, farm well, and make friends wherever they go. Perhaps the markets can wait. Perhaps. I love the Bantu music. I'm realizing now that nobody's told us that they couldn't hear the desktop audio, but I'm pretty sure they couldn't. Could you not hear the game up until now? Was the sound of our voices just so entertaining that you didn't even need to hear the game?
It was all the food talk.
It was probably all the food talk. Is the game loud enough? Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying, Bachhoffel. I'm saying I had it muted. I need to figure out how to get it back to what I had before. And if I need to go back a version of OBS, then so be it.
Is the 2 industry worth the 6 influence? I don't think it is.
Yeah, they keep on they keep on trying to get me to like give them hints or something about what our next game that we're working on is. by like calling Humankind Endless Legend 2. We're not gonna tell you. Our lips are sealed.
I mean, that kind of assumes that we know.
Yeah, I mean that would assume that we know too. Which maybe I have told them that I do know what's coming. So.
You ruined your own plausible deniability, man.
But
amateur move.
but I know my lips are sealed, so like, you know. Like the new OBS version on Linux forgets the windows. I need to reconfigure my scenes every time. It's just, yeah. I don't know. The new OBS update is kind of annoying. Bantu 2 is the new game. Heck yeah, what's up, Frag? Welcome into the stream.
We do have horses, so we could start with that.
Bantu
more food.
2.0. We do have a horse. So you're going to notice, probably. Well, maybe you're not going to notice.
I noticed we have quite a few resources here, but most of them are useless to us so far.
Well, so you can't increase the amount of strategics, but you can increase the amount of
no,
luxuries.
You can increase or decrease the amount of strategics. You can't influence their spread, I think. You have low,
sure
medium,
about
abundant. I'm pretty sure it's frequency settings for the strategics, but the spread is only for luxuries. Amount for strategics and luxuries, and distribution.
Amount and distribution
for luxuries. Because for the strategics we want to kind of avoid the super clustering, because that would be super frustrating. Of like, oh, I picked the Assyrians, and there's no horses at all on this continent.
Right, yeah, then that makes sense.
Which, you know, would be realistic, but frustrating.
Love thyself too, love it harder. More love. Obviously, you're working on Endless Dungeon too. You got us. I haven't finished the first one, but we're already working on the second.
Territory is this easy. The trick, of course, is.
Oh, we got more. Oh, but there's a double mountain. But there's obviously land past the mountain.
Yeah, but this might still be mountainous, and we can't see it yet. But in any case, there's more neighbors over here, which is good, because that means this will create extra influence. It's as soon as we meet them, I guess. Somehow we need to get vision over there.
Greetings to the newbies.
Ah, yes.
Now
Oh, they already have. Oh my God. Why?
In commerce than conflict.
They got the pearls. Funny you should mention the strategic spread. Poor Hittites still managed to get the short end of the stick with the Gigir steep requirements. Because you need 2 copper, right?
It's either 2 copper or
2 horses.
One of the
right.
One of the 2, but yeah, it's pretty tough. Let's see if they want to trade.
Nope. What's
Oh, actually, that is one of the new avatars. I just noticed it's nicotine.
Nice.
So what are her traits actually? Militarist, trusting, and vindictive. I think we don't want to annoy her.
Interesting.
More stability on forests. Oh wow, she's gonna have such super stable cities.
Wow.
50 on all cities and 5 on forests. Oh boy.
That's pretty good.
Does that count forests you build?
2 horses, 1 copper. Okay. Hey, I would love to know if there's some new content in early 2023. Can't give out any dates just yet, but you do know that Endless Dungeon is being worked on, and we just had the second open dev for it. So, you know, things are progressing. It is known that in 2023, Endless Dungeon will be released, although the official date is still a mystery. But you know, 2023 is going to be a good year. It's going to be a good year.
Are we strong enough? I don't think so. Mammoth's getting in the way of our exploration.
Yeah, that's a bummer. We're not still streaming Endless Space 2 right now, but we have streamed Endless Space 2 recently. Currently, I've mostly been playing Endless Legend, not Endless Space 2. There's just so many factions in Endless Legend that we still haven't played. Granted, same thing for Endless Space 2, but
you know, this is
kind of
actually
got on a kick, you know?
I should have realized what a narrow continent this would be, because it's hard to make the band of pioneers grow when there's nowhere to go to explore.
Ooh,
Ah,
there
yes,
we go.
finally, a curiosity. A second pioneer.
Berries! The wild berries.
I only had one of them selected. No, I want them to stick together because I need to get to 4.
We'd love if you could give some dates. They're delicious. We would love if we could give some dates too. Trust. Trust us. Have you ever tried eating dates and strawberries together? Cut a date open and put a strawberry inside, then eat both together. I've actually never eaten a date, I don't think.
I think I've had some, but it's been long ago.
It's like a big raisin.
I mean, visually it certainly does have.
It
a
looks
bit
like
of
a
that
big
look.
raisin. Or a shriveled up testicle or something.
I definitely prefer the first comparison.
Yeah. Apricot and almond is a popular combo here. Apricot and almond is like a lotion scent. Actually, in the US, we love apricots and almonds for lotion. Sweetness of the date alongside the slightly tart strawberry is a fantastic combo. Heck yeah. The substitute teachers in Buffy eat their dates. Oh no. Man, I want some dates now. They're very tasty, but very sweet. Yeah, I guess I don't really like sweet things. Maybe that's my issue.
Yeah, you're all about the spiciness.
I'm all about this. Dang it, I am. I want spicy things now. I didn't get any sriracha on my
I guess you're
lunch
the kind of
today
person
either.
who, you know, if you were to have chocolate, it would be the type of chocolate that has like chili in it or something.
It's good. It's really
I mean,
good.
yes, I've had some, and it is good. But
no, I don't always.
I was
always go for
meaning
that.
that more in the sense of chocolate. No, keep that away from me. Oh wait, this is spicy chocolate. Yes, please.
No, actually, so I like really dark chocolate because it's not as sweet. So I actually do like chocolate. I just like dark chocolate.
To be fair, you know, when
Milk
you have
chocolate's kind of
when you have milk chocolate,
bad, in my opinion.
in my experience with milk chocolate, it depends a lot on the brand you have. Some of them I find way too sweet.
I also like white chocolate, which is maybe goes against that because
But
white chocolate is
it's
not
also
real
very-
chocolate.
It's also, you know, does have a quite sweetish taste. But like with milk chocolate, it's also like the consistency,
Mhm.
depending on brand. Like some of them are so soft.
Have you ever had Ghirardelli's white chocolate peppermint squares?
I don't think so.
Ghirardelli makes squares during the holidays, so they're just like a little package, and you like unwrap it, and it's just like a little square of chocolate.
Mhm.
And the white chocolate with peppermint is like so good.
I mean, I've had
so good. I love
like,
mint in my chocolate.
I've had like, you know, normal milk chocolate with the peppermint cream inside, but not
Right.
white.
How many? By show of hands in the chat, or by show of thumbs, or some of our emotes, how many of you have ever heard of Andy's Mints? Has anybody ever heard of Andy's Mints? That's what Big Raisin wants you to think. If we start talking about news for the game, I'll still say that a Temenaki could make a great ancient era wonder. I also think about the Carnute Forest as a possible idea. It may work like a big Celtic UD. Emblematic district, I'm assuming that's ED?
Well, yeah, I think they write UD as unique district because that's what, you know, most voice games use unique instead of
Okay.
emblematic.
Something chocolate and chili, stomach rumble. Yeah. I don't like what spicy food does to my body. I just like the taste of it.
He likes the taste, and it's like, I have some regrets.
Yeah, I had once this grilled cheese sandwich that was just like the best grilled cheese sandwich I have ever had. But we used this habanero cheddar cheese, and it was from Costco. It was pretty oily, but it was so tasty. It was like the perfect amount of heat going down, but coming out it was, and it burned. That ring of fire.
Ouch.
Yeah, it was not good. Andy's Mints, yeah. Oh my gosh, those peppermint squares make for the best Christmas recipes. Melt them and drizzle them over crushed up cookies or even saltine crackers. Huh, I mean, it sounds delicious. They're pretty expensive though. I would almost feel bad
Why
melting
was
them
this even
down.
a question?
Steven
Let's keep it
hasn't.
simple.
Dr. Kane hasn't.
We
Andy's
eat.
mints are like
It's our
the
fault.
hotel mints. Yeah, they're like a little, like, teeny, you know, like, teeny mint. You can't even see how small because it's that small. But it's basically, yeah, like a little rectangle. And they usually give them to you at, like, restaurants in the US. So should we, how many units do we have? Because I think the idea is to keep on splitting and splitting and splitting until you have like
Yes,
groups of 4.
but also I'm thinking now we're finally at 4, so we could technically forward settle the Babylonians.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you are right. We should probably just
Keep on
split-
splitting them.
Split 2 for
At least
safety,
2, yeah.
and then go looking around a bit over here. And these guys can maybe go back and then see if there's
New
something
curiosities.
respawned over there. These guys probably send them back.
Does hearing it now count? No. Sorry, it doesn't count. Ones that they give at restaurants, right? Yeah, exactly. I was referencing the HK narrator. He says something about chocolate chilies and stomach rumbling when you pick the Aztecs. Oh, the voice line, the tagline. I want to do my own narrator pack with Jordan Boy. Everybody, hold up. Y'all, I have some exciting news to announce. Wait, should I announce it now? No, should I hold it as a secret? You know what I'm talking about? The thing I did earlier today?
I know what you're talking about, but yeah, maybe keep it as a surprise.
I'll keep it as a secret. Y'all can't know. Sorry.
He-
I was so
he's
excited to
very
tell you.
excited, but I think we shouldn't.
Also
shouldn't
because
tell
it's
yet.
not necessarily confirmed, technically.
Yes, exactly.
Not that it would be like a reveal or anything, because it doesn't matter, but if
But-
it
but it-
doesn't happen,
but
then
it
I'll feel
would-
really stupid because
exactly, it would be very disappointing for you to be like, oh, I'm so excited about this, and then like, yeah, actually it didn't quite work
Yeah.
out. There were technical issues or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no.
or they just, yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't actually mean for it to be like this. I was just gonna tell you, but then I
And then you stop to think.
yeah, I needed to take a second to be like, is this actually a good idea, or is there a better idea? You know,
It's
Kimura, my yeah, I was gonna say my pull-out game is strong. Said you can't just pull out like that, and I did.
it's
No, no, that is not a good method. Okay, chat. It's not a good method. I know. I'm so sorry. I apologize that I debated y'all. Don't worry. The wait will be worth it. You will find out, and it'll be like sweet justice, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, it was amazing.
But yeah, I was about to say,
Well,
this
hopefully.
was a typical streamer brain moment of like, you start something and then you realize this is not actually necessarily the best idea.
I am excited. Oh. Much excited. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Ooh, more food. Nice.
Ah, but not quite enough.
10 food is lame. There's a 5, a 10, and a 20? Or is it 5, or a 10, 15, and 20?
Oh, for the amounts we can find.
Yeah.
I think it's 5, 10, and 20. There might be a 15. I'm not sure about that one.
I feel like there was a 15 for like, you can get berries. No, you can get nuts,
Oh,
which is the
okay.
least.
So we have
Of independent people.
an independent people camp here that's aggressive. That might spawn. But this is like the curiosity type thing that can spawn them, I guess. And we have peaceful people who founded something. Maybe we should help those peaceful people out and burn the place to the ground because it gives us 20
How many
food.
turns? It's only one turn to do that. That's easy.
Yeah, and also it's 20 food. That's one more person in that army.
Nice. I like it. Steal their food and don't let them develop as a population.
Do not think about where this food came from. We're purely stealing the supplies. There's nothing untoward going on with
No
the people who live
cannibalism.
there.
Oh, we found their angry people though.
Yeah. Those are probably the people who are quite angry. But
What are they?
it's like, oh, it's evenly matched, but then it's
3 to 2.
It's 3 to 2. Yes, but that means They have the stronger units, so they're gonna inflict a lot of damage.
Oh no, they're warriors.
I'd rather quick
I think
retreat.
they'll lose. I think we'll lose if we try and.
Yep, on flat ground, they do so much damage to us.
We're getting food from the people's storage.
Oh, no, oh.
No, it's the food storage. Soylent Green is people!
Indeed. One of the worst kept spoilers ever, I guess.
Hey, we got some early leverage, though. Ooh. Fellow peoples?
Well, not yet, because they don't even have a city, and it's just an outpost.
They might, though. It tastes like mint because it's green. Green tastes mint. Mint? Green is mint.
They're trespassing. Should we demand it or renounce it? I think the 100 is not worth it, and the leverage will do us better in the long run.
Yeah.
Do not worry yourself.
I think food curiosities on rivers are the best. You have a chance to get freshwater harvest, which grants 20 food. Oh.
Yes.
It's specifically tied to a river. I actually didn't know
Yeah,
that.
no, yeah, exactly. Like the types that can spawn is tied to what's on the tile. So like that's also why if you're in like a desert region, you mostly get the signs and not the food.
I don't think I've ever thought about it that hard. I do love the little circle towns. Circle towns be fun.
And of course, you know, the road layout will stay even as we get the other types of buildings, so that's gonna be nice. But I'm thinking we may want to start considering putting
An embassy?
an obelisk and an embassy. The embassy for influence and the obelisk to spread our faith.
I like it. Are we gonna go for like full strength faith? Convert all the Babylonians?
Maybe we should.
I mean,
yeah,
that would be.
Let's see. Maybe first we start with the embassy. And where do we put the
rivers
embassy?
of Babylon.
I guess down here, so we can surround it later on.
Is it a good spot to surround? Looks decent.
I mean, these aren't super strong tiles necessarily.
No, but we don't have a ton of super strong tiles.
Exactly my thinking. And also,
Some tiles are better than no tiles.
And I want to put this on a weak tile, which, you know, one food is definitely a weak tile. We have no luxuries. Let's go for cotton.
They vary from people to people. As nobody seems to get the Futurama reference. I've never watched it. My wife watched it.
No, I know what
Futurama.
what Dr. Ken is talking about, or is it Snufking? But anyway, yeah, it varies from person to person. Is from their Slurm episode because they discuss soil and cola, and then somebody asked, "What
making
they're making a joke about
brown drink out of people?"
Well, no,
Ooh.
you know, they have the soft drink, this Slurm stuff, and you know they discover how it's made, which they find disgusting, but in the end, it's not that bad. It's no worse than honey.
Mm-hmm.
But and then you know, Fry's are like, "Oh, I get it now. The terrible secret of Slurm is it's made out of people." And then Lila's like, no, there's a soft drink like that, soil and cola. Oh, what does it taste like? Oh, it varies from person to person. Which obviously, you know, if it's made from people.
I see. So it doesn't taste different depending on who you are. It depends on who they
made.
made that out of.
Yes. You know, it's the same kind of joke as RimWorld is the game where cowboy hat doesn't mean who's wearing it.
I learned that one from Kiri. Yay, good embassy placement. I've seen so many people place them like wonders, and you so want to do the opposite and have them close to cities. Yeah, the fact that you can put them anywhere is kind of a bit of a debate, kind of, you know?
Yeah. This
it's
is
a terrible
annoying.
spot.
There's nowhere we can at least, you know, take advantage of the high ground, but we're probably gonna lose this pioneer. Because this was a really bad...
That's okay, we just pick up some more
deployment zone.
berries and get more. Hey, thank you very much, Rain Van P, for the follow,
you know,
and officially welcome into the Amplitude Studios community. How you doing today?
But, you know, speaking of the embassy, that is one thing we should actually bring up. Firstly, we tweaked the cost a little, so the cost doesn't grow as quickly over the eras.
Oh, okay.
And secondly, that one used to be plus 10 influence per adjacent district flat,
Yeah.
which was a lot in the early game. Now it's plus 3 per era, so it's stronger in the very late game,
Oh.
but not as OP in the early game. Because, you know,
Right.
in
10
the early
is
game,
really
if you
good.
surrounded it and was like, oh, I'm 60 influence from this one district. What is your culture again?
Mhm.
So now it's, you know, a little less
I see.
terrifying in overtaking the enemy culture.
Oh, see, you got wild berries for 20. Interesting.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna lose everybody.
Yeah, that's why, you know, the individual combat strength is very important. It's not so easy to overwhelm somebody with numbers in this game.
Oh, the force are gonna destroy your movement speed. You don't have.
We don't have organized warfare yet, no. Oh wait, they come. Can we? Please don't attack us. Please let this one guy survive. I just want to retreat.
Ooh. Narrow
Yes.
miss.
Oh, over here. Oh, there's another border, but it's too far away for us to see who it is. No.
I made it so that
Maybe
the
over
distance in
there?
between.
Like, we can barely see the coast, but we can't see the district, so we know there's a border, but somehow we don't know whose border it is.
What is a pioneer but a miserable pile of berries? Oh no.
Have at you.
I'd love to get Canada as a DLC culture one day. What's up, Hans? How you doing, Hans Gutherson?
Oh, hey, the knock. Yes, please.
Yeah, I feel
Oh,
like
wait. Actually, 71. I think at that point,
it's cheaper
it's cheaper to
do
enact
half.
this first, and then half it.
Yeah, I like it.
They may have more to offer than just their weapons. Assimilation does seem practical.
Slightly cheaper.
It's like, but it's also about, you know, the
Yeah,
stuff
everything
that comes
else will
after,
be
because
cheaper.
these are very expensive.
Yeah, I feel like adding Canada is a no-brainer. It's, you know, Canada.
I feel like this is unacceptable here.
Yeah, burn it to the ground.
Well, I can't burn it while they're standing on it, but I can pick up the leverage, and then when they lift, I can burn it.
Wait until they leave.
Or I can just ask them to hand it over, and if they don't, I can burn it.
Yeah. Is it the type of situation where you have to go to war if they don't give it to you, though?
No, we're not at a, oh, everybody voted on this and you said no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But,
I've
you
been
know,
yawning all day.
If we're about to start trouble, maybe we should start inventing some
Some
actual
weapons.
fighting, like city defense and bronze working.
Could be good. I do like the idea of having better weapons. Instead of just some spears and knives, we could get some actual.
No,
axes.
see, that's the problem. We technically haven't even invented the spears yet.
I mean, the character art has like. Is that a walking stick?
It's just a stick.
Oh no.
We haven't invented the pointy bit yet.
No way. We just have the stick. We don't have the point. Burn them all. Kimura is violent today. Kimura, what did you drink? Oh, more wild berries. What did you drink today? Your haterade? Not even a pointed stick. I know. Well, we have walking sticks. What?
Oh no.
Oh, we're not a diplomatic culture. Dang it!
I forgot about that because we've been playing diplomats for like 3 weeks.
Sheesh. We need an envoy.
Yeah, at first I was like, wait, what? And then it's like, oh, right, different culture.
Bon voyage. Dang it.
Demonstrating
Classic noob mistake.
demonstrating live on stream what playing Diplo cultures if you want leverage is a good idea.
Yeah, this is just a great example why we should have gone with the
The Sumerians.
Sumerians, yeah. We're getting real lucky with the berries, not gonna lie.
Definitely, yes. But I'm actually thinking, like, I want to grab one of these groups now, and if it hits 4, actually claim another territory. Because we need to claim these before the Babylonians do.
Yeah, they're getting a little uppity.
Spokesman,
And I don't
Snoop,
like them getting
or
uppity.
diplomat.
Yeah. Well, we were just baiting them by looking like we were going back to our territory, but we were actually like, ha!
It's all strategic.
Time to burn this to the ground. Well, there's food on a river right there. That's probably good, right? Our
Can't make it there.
our one
this turn,
person
though.
could make it though, right?
So, no, I
Our
think
little
they only
wonder?
have 1 point.
No.
But I will still send these over here to this area.
Yeah, I like it.
Because these guys will pick it up next turn, and hopefully these will find something.
We lost
somewhere.
vision of it, but there's something up there.
Yeah, but I think it was the wrong type of curiosity. Ah, there he is. Oh, come on!
What?
It's all cliffs.
Oh no!
It's cliffs all the way,
We've got a ridge line.
all the way up to. No, this is a cliff too. It's like if we,
Wait, really?
yes, like
That's some.
this
That's
is
some
all
like
the-
StarCraft 2 level of base design. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. No, I know what you mean. With the,
need
with
some-
with the natural approach and the one you can open up. In this case, by building a district.
We
I
need
guess.
some raiders, or what are those Terran units that can jump over walls? Ravers? Reavers.
I have never played StarCraft 2.
No.
I've only played the first Improved War.
Terran unit, jump over walls. What's it called? It's a Reaver? Raver? Raider? Something like that.
See, for me as a 40k player, it's like, oh, you mean assault marines?
Well, I don't know, but they have.
No, they
Reapers.
attached it.
Okay, Coconut knows. What's up, Coconut?
Too late, they attached it.
Oh, son of a gun!
But even if they
Can't we
attached
burn
it,
down their
we can
administrative
still
center?
claim it, even if they attached it. But I want to grab the leverage first before we make the demand. Because if I make the demand, the leverage
leverage
goes
will
away.
go away, right? We need to pick up the dirt on them before we. We're an expansionist culture. That's true.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, oh, we need to actually, finally grab some territory. We've been doing real bad on
They're
that.
saying we can steal it with the ability. We're having.
Disclaimer, we've seen the reports that envoys can do it. No, you're not supposed to be able to just walk up with some paperwork and say, hey, it says here it's mine.
It's mine now.
You're supposed to need military units. That's a bug.
It has been a while. It has been a while. How you been though? It's good to see. Good to see you.
Does the obelisk count as a district for the adjacency to the embassy? I don't remember.
It's a
In
district.
any case, I want to build this first because that's
Oh,
11 industry.
nice. Can we put somebody else in industry and bump it up to 1 turn? Yay!
And I think we
only
also
need 1 food.
we need more food. The food situation is actually kind of bad.
No worries, Concadet. Thank you for the lurk. We do appreciate all the people that do lurk here, and we know that there's a lot of you. Thank you very much for being here. Honestly, it's been really cool to be able to tell, my boss how positive and successful our streams have been, because that makes me look good in front of my boss. But also because it's fun to have all of you in here, Question for you. How come Germany still has nobles when it does not have a monarch anymore?
I'm no expert on this, obviously, but I think it just there was never a law passed that abolishes aristocracy. So technically there are titles, they just don't have like rulership rights anymore.
Kind of like
But-
lords and ladies.
But
in,
it's you still have like
Scotland.
in Scotland some of the lords and ladies do actually have a peerage and get to be in the House of Lords of the UK. So
Oh.
in the UK the lords are still kind of involved in the government. In Germany they aren't, but you still have like usually some of them still have ownership, but it's ownership in the normal economic sense of inheritance down and not title inheritance, but the title is inherited. And yeah, I think Dr. Kane may be asking because of the news I was mentioning yesterday.
About
Be-
people
because-
trying to
Because that was
do a thing.
yes, because that
An embassy
that
opens
attempt or
elsewhere
that
in the
plan
world.
they didn't actually get the
Precisely
plan,
the
they were
kind
just
of
planning
thing
it.
an ambassador would
Was
know
like
about ahead
Reichsbürger,
of
which is
time.
like people who say the Federal Republic is not lawful and doesn't exist and want to bring back the Kaiser.
The rice burger, exactly.
The way you said that sounded like a burger made of rice.
That's exactly what I was going
which
for.
is which is luckily a lot less threatening.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now let's see if we can.
Just think of it as a Manhattan situation.
And solve
Manhattan in the U.S.
Can we not?
Because borders mean nothing to us. Did New York just?
They gave in!
Hey!
That's why the other grievance disappeared about oppressing my people, because they are our people now.
Can't oppress them if they're ours. Holy site and extractors haven't seemed to count for embassy adjacency in my playthroughs. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure if it only counts like normal districts. Because, you know, technically, this is a shared project and not a district if you look at the classification here, so I guess that's why.
Yeah, makes sense.
But in that case, you know, we can find a nice, picturesque place to put it, I guess.
I think it still has nobles in the same way Poland does. It's meaningless and empty, but aristocratic turds still cling to their titles.
Yeah, basically.
Turds, eh? Hi, sorry if I missed the answer to this one, but was there a fix for the situation where your allies / countries with a non-aggression seem to attack your envoys on sight?
I think it's an ambush thing with the invisible units, and you bump into them, and then it's an ambush.
They have to fight you because it's an ambush.
And not yet. We know about the issue, but the fix is not there yet.
Is it maybe
7-7? Is that okay?
Oh, but it's not something that's coming in this hotfix.
It's not coming in this hotfix, no.
Okay. So maybe not in this hotfix, but maybe in the next.
Like the 16 industry over here is so tempting, but also we'd have absolutely no food in the city.
Manhattan situation as in negotiating for an island with paperwork. Okay, so we are talking about Manhattan. Manhattan Island.
In the sense of even old New York was once New Amsterdam.
It always comes up, doesn't it?
It always comes back to that. There's no escaping it.
There's no such thing as others' territory, only our territory and our future territory.
Do you have a flag?
Between Polish and American ancestry, I have zero patience for aristocracy, so yes, turds. Got it. Got it. I don't care anything about like monarchies. When I was in London last, the Queen died like very shortly before we had arrived, and everybody was like, you know, very moved by this, and there were people out there. I can't tell how many people were really out there for the Queen and how many people were out there because there was a bunch of people.
Of course, I haven't seen it in
People
person,
love crowds.
but I remember the Twitter jokes about the queue.
I know there's a ton of people out there, and we went to just go and walk around and be able to say that we were there when it happened, type thing.
Yep.
But I mean, like,
but
I've never felt that passionately about like a.
But you know, I
leader.
was about to say it's good that it was in that order, the events, because when you started that sentence, I thought, you know, oh, when I last went to London, the Queen died shortly after, and then you know that would have been the.
No, she died before I got there. Okay.
It's not a.
It wasn't me. All right.
Not that kind of situation.
She died of old age, right? She died of complications due to age or something.
I don't remember what she died.
I don't actually know what she died of. I only care about my keys. Keys? I always make the joke when my wife's asking for the house keys. I'm like, she's like, can I have the keys? And I'm like, oh, you want a keys?
So, will this independent...
I'm so
Let's try to be on good
ready to be a
terms
dad.
here.
That's my
You're already
humor.
practicing the dad jokes.
Yeah. I can't hear keys without thinking keys. You know? Oh.
Oh wait, that's
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's why. Oh wait, that's why we couldn't combine them.
Or keys, like the fire keys from Breath of the Wild, like the electric keys. Hey, Coconut, I thought you were lurking. No, I'm just kidding.
So
it's such a meme. Whenever I tell somebody that I'm lurking, sometimes I'm still listening, like really intently, but I just don't want to be called out of the chat. Because sometimes when somebody knows that you're in the stream. They'll be like, "Hey, Coconut, you know, are you still here? You still here?" And like sometimes I have to step out of the room periodically, but I don't want to have to like spam the chat being like, "Hey, just in case you're wondering, I'm gonna leave for 5 minutes, so if you have to like send me a message,
I mean,
I'm not
I can
here."
definitely relate, because the one time when I have time to watch Twitch streams is usually when I'm cooking and I just have the headphones in.
Yeah.
But then I'm not there to respond if anybody.
Yeah, and so if they know you're there, then it's almost like you have to be ready to answer if they try and talk to you. And the thing is that especially when it's like a really busy chat, like for example, if I'm in 2D Curie's chat and I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" or whatever, I feel like I have to like say, "Hey, I'm gonna leave now, like I'm gonna be working and lurking," or something like that, because if not, then if they like call you out and they're like, "Hey, you still here? Can you answer this question?" and I'm not there, then it's really awkward because they're like, "Oh, I guess they left." But I am still there lurking. I maybe just stepped away from the computer for a second. So it's kind of weird. But yeah, so that's why I kind of like telling people that I'm lurking even if I'm still there listening.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why.
Did those 2 curiosities just disappear when
yeah,
you grabbed that?
they can't be in territories that have already been claimed.
Oh, so now we concentrated them into that territory.
Well, no, these were already there, and we just need like 1 or 2 more of these, and then we have claimed this, and then we have the whole continent. So I guess that's
the territory.
Yep,
a lake and a skinny thing.
This noodly thing, which is why I was about to say, but as we're talking about looking, that we have the 3 territory city down here, and I guess this one will be another 3.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 cities, and that's fine.
That noodly thing over there. Getting my degree in datology. I think I already have my PhD in datology.
The thing, of course, is, we always call them dad jokes, but let's be honest. There's a lot of people who make that kind of joke. Dads, uncles.
Yeah. Older brothers.
Older brothers, exactly. Grandpas like them too, of course, but I guess that technically falls under dad.
Yeah.
This one's probably the best one.
Yeah, I mean, and the kind of weird thing is I don't know if I'll ever be a dad, so I don't know if I'll ever get to make it a dad joke.
You work in marketing. Dad jokes are your...
And my bread and butter. In Portuguese, they're called big uncle jokes. I like that. Big uncle.
Yeah, exactly, because, uncles make the same kind of dumb joke.
Big uncle. Bunkle. Bunkle jokes. Dad joke sounds better than old people jokes. Yeah, but you don't have to be old. It's more of an attitude.
And also, it's very much just, it's a bad pun. A lot of people make bad puns.
Yeah, I mean, and it's also not, like, limited to men either. You can have women who make bad jokes. I feel like maybe the reason why it's, like, commonly assigned to men is because men are more willing to embarrass themselves in public. I think. Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's an actual like gender difference.
I think
like stereotype.
I would say the reason why it's called a dad joke in English is probably because the stereotype of the dad joke is the dad, I'm hungry, hi hungry, I'm dad.
Yeah.
So that's probably where that dad joke thing comes in.
Yeah, I guess just as somebody who studied psychology, I like to challenge the actual differences between the genders, because like there are actual differences in between genders, but then most of the differences between genders that there are just societal, like learned differences rather than actual like genetic differences.
And also, a lot of the stuff where people are like, oh, this is a genetic difference, but the right medication, that changes.
Yeah, I mean, hormonal changes or whatever can have a huge effect.
I mean, I was, told you that I was reading that research paper on it, and like they had a whole section about the definition of dysphoria, and they were like, oh, we still don't know how much of that is genetic, how much of it is hormonal, and how much of it is upbringing in society. So
there's a lot of factors. It's not cut and dry, and it's not black and white. I would say men are culturally, at least in Western-ish cultures, Western-ish, I like
Western-ish, yeah.
more accepted when they have childish behaviors. Yeah, I actually have an issue with the way that men are portrayed in movies and TV shows in Western culture, because men are often portrayed as incompetent, buffoons, helpless, which is so opposite to what traditionally men have been, which is usually the person who was the head of the family, the person who provided. Heck, there was a time where women couldn't, run households or like have property, like back in the day or whatever, when it was like illegal for women to own property. But now I feels like we've flipped completely 180, and it's like, but now it's Homer Simpson and Family Guy, and like these are the quintessential dads that we're shown in media today. Or you take your pick of any comedy, movie as well. There's tons of examples of like guys.
Yeah, I guess when it's something comedic, it's very often the incompetence.
Yeah.
But when you have something more serious, you kind of flip in the other direction with the depiction, and it's like,
the women are helpless, and you need a strong man.
Well, not necessarily the women are helpless, but the men are often like the stoic. Oh, I must not feel anything.
Right, I can't show any emotion.
Can't show emotions,
which is also unhealthy.
I'm only allowed to cry if the food is too spicy. The only one time when that works for me is like, in the Dread movie, where he even refused to take off the helmet for the shoot, so that his eyes are always hidden.
Oh, I've never seen it, but
the new Dread is actually quite good.
Hmm.
Much less campy than the old one with Stallone.
Yeah.
Which is probably not a high bar to clear.
Can we all agree that grammatical gender is extra bad? What is grammatical gender? Are we talking about
the thing that English speakers always struggle with when they learn French?
We're talking about gendered words.
We're talking about gendered nouns.
Like a boat is a female word because it's a lady boat.
Well, technically, boat is exactly not a female word because it's an English word, and English says, screw all that.
No, I hate in Spanish or French or whatever when you're la, le.
Well, the things, of course,
or whatever. El, la.
There's also, I don't know how it's in Spanish, but in French you have some of it still, where the adjectives also have it.
Oh.
Like, for example, petite. With the
E
for
or
feminine.
Je suis prêt. Je suis prête.
And
I'm ready if I'm a woman or a man.
Yes, and Latin had that as well, but they also still had a neutral case.
Did I hear Spanish? We've summoned Sergio. El and la. We're talking about gendered grammar with being annoying mostly. HBC culture? It was the name of a mod. Oh, they're talking about
the Hudson Bay Company.
They're talking about mods.
So, speaking of culture, which one do we want to pick?
I am a fan of the goths. They're fun.
I mean, you have the skin tone for it.
Yep.
Just the hair color isn't right.
We could do the Celts if we're trying to go for the hair color. Because we were talking about faith, we can build a bunch of tumuluses.
Yes. Well, exactly. And for the faith and influence, I was also looking at the.
We just want to make sure we get our cavalry on
stacking it.
Some boats. I mean, I love the Nazca surely for the Nazca lines.
The bonus we're not benefiting from. We have no wonders at all.
Yeah.
So maybe Goths it is. Return to the classic vanilla cultures.
The issue with the buffoonish male lead is comedy seeping into everything. It's a comedic trope that finds its way into everything. It's not necessarily modern, though. Think Honeymooners, Bewitched, and other junk from the 60s and 50s. Yeah. I feel that. I definitely don't think it's a modern problem. But I do feel like in some ways men are, told that being...
we completely forgot to actually activate the bribing.
We have to start patronizing them.
Which sounds awful. When you say it.
I don't know. I think there is some like reverse like, you know, it's inappropriate to be manly. I'm not talking about misogyny or masochism. No, wait, no, that's different.
Misandry.
Toxic, yeah, misandry, toxic male traits or anything
well,
like
the
that.
thing, of course, misandry and toxic masculinity is not the same thing.
Right. I think just what I'm trying to say with that is like there's a difference between being a independent, strong, self-sufficient man and being toxic. Like those aren't the same thing. Like you can, like, and also the whole like, oh, I don't need no man versus I don't need no woman or whatever. Like, I don't think anybody should be codependent. You know, nobody should be codependent.
Nobody,
you shouldn't have to have
being
them.
codependent is not good for you.
Yeah, for anybody. But saying like I need you in my life in the sense that I enjoy your presence and have come to like, you know, desire it more than not having it. Like I don't know if that makes sense. Like people talk about like why would you get married or whatever or anything, but like, you know, like that sort of commitment to another human is unique and feeling like, oh well, I need to be free or never need anybody else, I feel like is kind of a scary thing, because then it creates a lot of isolated humans, and there's already enough isolation in the world right now. There's already enough like depression and isolation, and COVID was a terrible time for a lot of people because we were just separated from everyone, you know. And working from home, I can get on board with that. Never seeing my friends or anyone else in person, I don't know if I can get down with that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, there's definitely a moderation to all things, I think. But
anyway, let's return to your favorite topic, food.
Excellent.
Should we focus on the food with the harbor, or should we put it somewhere where we can surround it with a lot of money?
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Because I realized earlier today, as I was thinking about what to potentially do for the next scenario, that since a couple of patches ago we changed it so the harbors are anchors, it's a lot easier to take advantage of the
surround
of the market quarter bonus.
That's a good point. We could put it smack dab right there where we got the 4 tiles on the left, or on the right there.
Well, I somewhere here or there, somewhere where we have a good balance between the food we get and the.
I mean, 11's pretty good, and you get 3.
Yep.
You can come in.
And
I don't know what Benjamin wants.
And you know, we have an amazing harbor to put down here.
What's up? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you can pop in if you want. Have you ever been on stream? And he's like, you don't want to be? I was like, you don't have to. I love getting people to come into the room. Here's the thing, like, you all know that other people work here. We're not the only 2 people in the office. Like, there's people walking around all the time while we're streaming, you know?
Your first harbor.
But it's also, like, you know, are you still streaming? Yes, that's why it's in our calendars. It's not a secret.
It's the same time every week.
It's the same
6
time
to
every
8.
week.
It's been that way for years. Also, all the lights are on. Like, I don't know. Funny times.
So do we do it silly inland harbor, or do we actually put it out here?
I mean,
I think in this case it's very much put it out here. But we could give up 1 food because we're gonna put a
get another.
We're gonna put a market quarter here anyway because it gets the bonus on the.
I like it. Synergy.
The luxury resources. Man, I blanked on that word so hard.
Polish sucks so much. Even the verbs have gender. If you switch to the perfective tense or the conditional mood. Oh
yeah. I guess that was kind of the same in Latin. If you had a participle, then you would need to adapt it like it was an adjective to be male, masculine, feminine, or neutral. And not just that.
Neutered.
And you know, not just that. You also had the case. So you had nominative, accusative, genitive, and all that. I think we had to adapt it to that as well.
That sounds complicated.
Yes, and it's
But
but
they have an
also
example from Polish. Like you did as a male is robiles, but you did as a female is robilas. But in the first person, robilem for men and robilam for females. Wow.
Yep.
I might lose my mind if I try and learn Polish.
But yeah,
I do want to go to Poland though. Seems like a nice place. Also, I hear like things are relatively inexpensive there, and I love going to places where things are inexpensive compared to
just
my
as
currency.
in Humankind, Jordan is all about the money.
I like spending my money and having it do more for me, you know, especially when it comes to buying food. Yo, he stepped so far out of the frame. Did you see how far to the side he went?
No, I wasn't paying attention because I was considering whether to demand the money.
His arm was like way out to like here. That was crazy. I felt like he was coming out of the page at us.
I know, that's on a different continent. I think that's fine.
Things are super cheap because our economy is in shambles, yes. But I mean, there's other places like the Philippines. Like, is the economy in shambles in the Philippines too? There's just places
Kinda, yes.
Okay, is it every place that things are cheaper, quote unquote?
Generally, the reason why things are cheaper there is because their economy isn't as powerful as the place you're coming from.
Right, but is there a difference between having a powerful economy and having your economy, quote unquote, in shambles? Like,
Yes,
like for example,
I'd
when
say yes.
the ruble or whatever,
You know,
when all the sanctions to Russia happened.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, there's probably a difference. Like, you can have an overall weaker economy, but people can still, afford to live from internally. But a lot of the places that are known for being cheap is very much, they need to get jobs from like outside companies or whatever just to pay enough. Because I
Right.
know, for example, the Philippines was when the whole NFT thing was happening. The Philippines was in the news because a bunch of Philippines were trying to use these NFT games to make money because it was paying better than the local jobs. And if you're at that point,
Well, people have done this for a while though. The first time I heard it was with RuneScape. I watched a video about how people were farming green dragons.
yeah, no, of course it
in
was. I'm not
RuneScape
saying it's
and
new.
selling
It was
the
just
gold.
it was just in the news because it was attached to the NFT thing.
I see.
But what I'm saying is like, if farming a video game pays you better than your local jobs, then the economy in your country is probably not doing well.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I mean, I can't imagine going to work in the morning and being like, all right, time to kill 1,000 green dragons and sell all the loot on some like gold for money site and then buying like a Google Play, store $10 coupon and I don't know, getting
Things can be weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's maybe get back to the topic at hand. Because neither of us is an economist, so this is way beyond our understanding.
It's funny to think about though. It's a bad time right now for most places, so it's exacerbated by weaker economies. Right, that makes sense. Gold farming is eternal joy. I personally learned about this from WoW first, but if I remember correctly, there was ROJ farming and Diablo before that.
Yes.
Well, Diablo is definitely earlier than RuneScape for sure.
Wait, was the Ring of Jordan already in Diablo 1? I think that was only in Diablo 2.
My ring?
it was.
The ring of who now?
I think it was actually called the Stone of Jordan.
Mm.
But yeah, there was that one super rare ring that, because the game was showering you with gold to use in the in-game markets,
Mhm.
it was worthless for trading between players, so they were using the rare rings as currency.
Oh, wow.
Which is probably why, Path of Exile just said, you know what, let's just formalize that, and you can literally transmute your currencies up and down between the common stuff and the rare stuff. Of course, it's usually a loss to transform up, but technically you can farm the low-level stuff and then slowly work your way up.
If you're excited about the ring, wait till you hear about the Kingdom of Jordan. Ooh. Me likey. What does it say? Whoever designed that language would cut the gendered verbs if they had more time to polish it.
But yeah, but yeah, I was about to say,
Dr. Kane is on one today.
Yeah, with the jokes.
In between making fun of me and making jokes.
But yeah, no, the gendered stuff was definitely, when I was having Latin in school, that was a bane because all of the cases, and it's like this is why there's jokes among classicists that you get old before Cicero gets to the verb because of all of these matches in case and gender of the verb, etc. You can have entire sub-sentence structures that don't even have a verb because it all like is related just by the endings of the words.
Right.
And so it's like, oh, the Carthaginians are to be deleted, and no, please stop. Just tell me what you're going on about. Use a verb, my man.
I never played Diablo 2. I just know that the gray markets for most Blizzard games are very notorious.
At least Latin gender words in a clear pattern, unlike German. Oh, I feel that, yes.
Sheesh.
So, we can claim a wonder. Anything we would like to claim?
Well, we're gonna need to do some boating to get around.
Yeah.
Is the
lighthouse is still.
Yes, then we should.
So
do
I guess
that.
if you say we need some boating, we should claim the lighthouse.
I think
and
good.
if
The
we need
vision range is really nice for scouting.
And also, if we need to do some boating, I guess next era we should claim either the Swahili or the Norse.
I think the Swahili would be a great choice, personally.
But also,
money.
No, also we picked the Goths. So we could lean into the Norse and build nests everywhere so we can make more money from ransacking and just go a plundering.
We could go a plundering. I like that idea too.
Also, I just realized I think there's actually
the
Atacama Desert over here. So close and yet so far because it already belongs to somebody else.
Yeah. It's a bummer.
Yeah, I guess we can keep good relations with this neighbor and then go raiding these and this neighbor in particular, I guess. Because he's right there.
Go raiding to the west.
Which I guess technically is the direction the Vikings sailed because it was kind of hard sailing east with all of Russia in the way.
They got tired of ransacking the Danes, so they're like, we need to ransack other people.
But I joke about it. But technically, if you look at the way the routes they took for their journeys, they did a whole lot of sailing across the Baltic and then just sailing up the rivers, taking the boat out, towing it over to a different river, and then sailing down into the Black Sea.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you'd not think you take the land route with a boat, but they did.
What's up, Sublustrous? Portal RTX is the new Crisis? You talking about the ray traced version of Portal? I don't know what Crisis is. Is that a game?
Have you ever heard of the Cry engine?
Yeah, Hunt Showdown is on the Cry engine.
Wait, isn't Hunt Showdown actually made by
Crytek or something? They just whisper that at the
yeah,
beginning.
but
when it loads in.
isn't that aren't they
That's all I know.
the devs?
I think
Yeah, they are the people who made the original Crysis, where the Cry engine came from, and that game was so intense that when it came out, the benchmark was, can this PC run Crysis? The answer was usually no.
Oh, so they're saying
Because that's how far ahead
Portal
of the
RTX
demands.
is too much. That's crazy. So you need a 4090 to run it, Sublustrous? Talking about linguistics, I just noticed a few days ago that Romanian is basically reverse English. English is what happens to non-Romance Germanic language when it gets conquered by Romance speakers, the Normans. Romanian is what happens to a Romance language when it's conquered by non-Romance speakers.
It keeps telling us we wanted to build it over here, but no, that's not where I want to build it. Where should we put the tomb list to? Because obviously we want to stack this ransack bonus as high as we can, so we need to build the tomb everywhere we can.
Right. It's about to get tumultuous in here.
Face per adjacent district.
Wait, so the black tiles M1 bug is fixed? That would be so awesome.
Lucas,
we're testing that right now.
We're testing it. So yes,
if you have
try
an
it
M1, and if you have friends that have it, maybe we should actually text about this. Not text, tweet about it. Send out a text to all my friends. Tell them M1 is test it. We're testing it.
And then if you receive this text, and you send it to 20 people in your contact list. There will no longer be black squares in your.
Copy pasta this M1 testing. It's easy. Ladies and gentlemen, all you have to do is go into Humankind, go into the setting or the options, click betas, click on the available betas tab, drop down menu, click on it, it'll go down, there'll be one that will say update preview. If you click on update preview, it will tell you that you need to update your Humankind game, and it will download the beta version, which is the update preview, which should work on the M1. So give it a go, and if there is feedback or anything like that that you have for that, then please do put that on Games Together. Do we have a thread up for the beta test?
We have a thread for the patch notes of what has changed, but I think that's locked. You can just, post in the forum, because there's no giant changes in this one. Of course, for the Mac users, this is a giant change. But
Bye, Sergio.
We want to know whether or not it works. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of discussion on whether or not it works. It should be fairly obvious.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just make a thread about it if you're, or there's the
or
M1
if there's
thread.
Things that you notice.
For specifically for the M1 stuff, just go to the M1 thread, because there's the thread.
Where can they find the M1 thread?
Well, it should be like one of the top threads in the general section at the moment, because because I replied earlier saying like, hey, hey, good news, it should work now if you try the preview version.
But yeah, we definitely didn't give up on the M1. It's just that when you don't have stuff to talk about, it's not necessarily good beating a dead horse, because then people are like, exactly. You keep on talking about it, but things
there's only so
changed.
Many times we can say, oh, we're working on it, until people stop believing it.
Yeah, so sometimes it's better to just say like, hey, this is what we know. We don't have any updates yet. We'll let you know when we do. People just don't want to hear about something that hasn't had an update yet, until it does. And then they're like, oh yeah, it's good. It's really good. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm just gonna slap these down in some places so we can surround them.
Betas contested. What if I'm a Sigma? So it's Alpha, Beta, Sigma? Sigma is like the C of the Greek alphabet?
Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, Epsilon, I think.
So what is a Sigma then?
The Sigma is an S, but that's way further back in the alphabet actually. The joke here is about that fake male T-ring.
Oh.
Because a while ago, after all the...
I know beta male, alpha male, beta male.
Yeah, but the things after all the alpha and beta, they were like, oh, there's a new type, the Sigma male who's outside of the hierarchy because he's that awesome, because they weren't satisfied with being an alpha anymore. And it's like,
so Sigma is supposed to be better than alpha? Or more...
I have given up on trying to understand that nonsense.
Explain it to me like I'm 5, chat, okay?
Explain like I'm 5 is this whole thing was originally started based on a study of wolves.
Mm-hmm.
And where there was like, oh, there's the alpha wolf in the pack. And then like a couple of years later, the same researcher at least said like, actually
there's no alpha wolf.
Actually, there's no alpha wolf because we observed that this only happens in captivity because they kind of go loco when they're in captivity.
Yeah.
Except that all the men who had started the alpha and beta male crap didn't cotton onto that, and they're still going with that, even though the study has been discredited.
It's willful ignorance.
Willful ignorance.
They heard something that they liked that justified their thoughts and actions, and they were like, "Yep, that's the truth."
Yep, basically.
Nothing to explain, just laugh. Well, I don't understand it. I don't understand what's. You said, "What if I'm a Sigma?" So, are you?
I mean, I by definition cannot be.
I'm saying to Dr. Kane, they said, "What if I'm a Sigma?" Sigma is a made-up thing for powerful introverts, or some nonsense like that to make.
I mean, all of it is made up.
To make it's like what do you call it?
An enormous
Horoscopes. It's like horoscopes, but for wolves.
It's like horoscopes, but for men.
Yeah, but for men. Just for men.
For people who cannot admit that they have feelings.
Yeah. Like that, some nonsense like that to make weirdos feel better about potentially sociopathic tendencies. Also, global people pay for Sigma tips.
Yep.
Bro tips is just... That's a whole thing. There are people that make a lot of money off of selling guides to like be a ladies' man. And I'm like, there are people out there buying guides to be ladies' man.
And you know, I'd say the trick to being a ladies' man is actually be, you know, a genuine, honest person and care about whatever the lady thinks.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain elements that they talk about that are true, like confidence is attractive.
Yeah, sure, confidence is important, but I think, you know, that's also just...
But there's no recipe to, like, pick up chicks or
the confidence is also important just for being yourself, because if you're not confident, you can't be yourself.
Yeah.
But pretending to be somebody else is not gonna get you a lady in the long term.
Well, yeah,
because
they're gonna find out.
At some point, they're gonna find out, exactly.
They're gonna know you were acting. Scams everywhere. I'm a human male.
Oh, they you know, they have caught on to one more. Hey, how about a line?
Hey, before we do this,
before you burn everything,
I have a proposal.
I mean, we could and just burn the neighbors, who we haven't even met yet.
And wipe him out. Or chat, should we wipe him out or should we leave them with their one city?
Technically, they do have a lot of luxuries here.
It's clustered.
So we could make a lot of money from the trade route.
What's up, Sebastian? Why on earth are the Goths picked? Because we're just feeling the Wednesday Adam vibes.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this and build a bunch.
How you doing, Sebastian? By the way, welcome
money
in.
per trade route structures.
A lot of overlap between Sigma male rubes and people who pay for pickup artist tips. Yeah, seriously. I was so confused. I don't even know why they had a unique district. You didn't even know they had a unique district, Lamau? Sebastian, have you played the game yet?
To be fair, they might have played before we updated them, and the old Goths were nowhere near as interesting as the Goths we have now, with that very cheeky, hey, if I burn your stuff, I get a lot of science.
I love the extra science. I research things by hacking your stuff apart and figuring out how it works.
We call that reverse engineering.
Exactly, it's officially termed. I'd rather attack. Alright, Dr. Kane wants us to aggress.
Yeah, but I think, you know, I want to aggress against these people.
Fair enough. We can wipe them out later. We're still gonna attack people. Kill their houses, burn their blood, drink their wives? What?
This one...
You mixed up the order on that one.
This one is our pet empire that will generate grievances so we can get leverage.
Even more cruel than just wiping them out. We're gonna keep them as pets. That's Stephanie over here is actually gonna keep humans as pets. This is what's happening. What?
Hey, look!
Is
look,
that emblem?
There's people into that, so
yeah, sure there are. Let the Babylonians live. Just buy everything. It may be useful later to have someone on your side, notably for votes. Potentially, yes.
That's kind of the idea that, you know, they're gonna generate all those grievances from our faith having spread to them and stuff.
And then we just pick them up. I beat the game in Humankind difficulty yesterday. I didn't even know the Goths had changed. I really despised them for a long time.
Oh, they actually changed. Oh my god.
Is there
half a year ago or something?
Is there some patch notes that we could like direct them to?
They're on
Games Together?
They're on G2G and on Steam.
Do you know how to find the patch notes on Games Together or Steam? Assuming you play on Steam. Okay, so who's the person that we're gonna go at with our Gothic armies?
I think probably either brown or purple here. Probably purple,
Do we know
because
who
they
they are?
seem to have the smaller territory. But
They're unknown still.
One of the first things we'll need to do is, well, first we need some more iron, and then we need to make sure we have some harbors around so we can actually
send our boats out.
Build some boats. Yeah. Oh, you know, maybe I'll put it here, and then I can slap the tumulus in the middle there.
I like it. Yeah, I'm doing it. Looking at it right now since I missed such a big change. Yeah, fair enough, Sebastian.
Yeah, it was. Oh, which update was it when we changed the cultures?
I feel like Batuta? I feel like Batuta had a lot of balance changes. Yeah.
I think it might have been Batuta where we did a lot of changes to the cultures.
Ibn Batuta. Ibn.
I think. But I don't speak Arabic, so I'm not entirely sure on the pronunciation.
It's been a while since I spoke any Arabic.
The full name is pretty long.
Oh, there you go. Dr. Kane's sent us the patch notes on our Whisper. See, I don't have Twitch pulled up though.
Yeah, we can't see the Whispers. That's the problem.
Kane, are you a VIP though? You should be able to post the link in the chat since you're VIP.
Oh, I was about to say yes, but then I realized you meant Twitch VIP and not
Twitch
game
VIP.
VIP.
I mean VIP on Twitch. Yeah, see, you have the power.
There must be an awful
It
lot
was
in that
always
wide
better to
world.
have been a viper in tall grass than a big bull who destroys everything. Is this like Sun Tzu Art of War type quote? Ibn, it just means son of. Son of
Yes.
Batuta.
And like if you look at the full name, because they trace the lineage, there's like 4 Ibns in there. Because it's like, oh, the son of, and then the grandfather
Ibn,
and the
Ibn,
great
Ibn,
grandfather,
Ibn,
and
Ibn,
it's
Ibn, Batuta.
so let's go a bit more democratic this time, I think.
Okay,
Most
city cap, I like it.
problems
I mean, we don't need the
eventually
city cap right
yield
now,
The onslaught of more brains.
but
I only use Arabic numerals. You mean just regular numbers?
yep.
I use Arabic numerals too. It's
Oh,
the
we
process.
completely missed that we actually got to
Ah,
this point
dang
where we
it.
could get a lot of signs.
I don't have enough influence
But yeah,
to get that.
it is actually time for us to wrap up.
Fair enough.
Because my phone is reminding me that I have medicine to take.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here on this Thursday stream for some Humankind. We do appreciate you all being here, supporting us, hanging out, chatting, and overall just being an amazing community. As always, feel free to hit us up on any of our socials. If you would like to get a hold of us specifically, you can always hit us up on Twitter. If you have personal questions that we can answer, I will see those before I see the ones on our Humankind account. So if it's urgent, feel free to try that. But other than that, I think I'll slap the merch link in the chat one more time. Definitely go check out some of the merch. If you missed the beginning of the stream and you missed our merch showcase, feel free to just look at the VOD. It'll be on there and you can go check that out. A lot of fun stuff, and potentially we might have some more exciting things to show off to you next Thursday. So definitely tune in.
I think we'll at the very least have remembered to put the poster out in the sun so we can show off the glow.
Yeah, we'll get the poster out there, but there is other items that we might be showcasing you next Thursday. So keep that in mind. But if not, we'll see you next Tuesday in the morning, 11 a.m. Paris time, for another Amplitude Studios stream. But thank you all for being here. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.